My senior year of high school, I got a scholarship that led me to go to the Professional Culinary Institute. And from there, I became the best young chef in the world when I competed in Turkey to represent the United States. And now I'm off to the Culinary Olympics in 2012 with my team.
Reilly Meehan fell in love with food at an early age.
When Reilly was really little and he didn't know how to use the pots and pans and the stove and oven and all that, he would create in a bowl what he called poison, and that was different spices. Mm-hmm. And he went through enormous amounts of expensive spices making these poisons. And he enjoyed it so much I couldn't stop him.
He would just mix everything together. He was a mixologist and just go in the drawers and take all the spices out and mix it all together.
As much as my parents hated it, I loved mixing together spices, making a mess, and making poison.
I saw Reilly's interest in cooking really exploding as he was watching the cooking shows, mainly the Iron Chef.
I remember watching a 24-hour marathon of the Japanese Iron Chef. I literally watched all 24 hours of it, much to my parents' dismay, but I loved it so much, and I remember calling up my aunt, who's very artistic, and just asking her, begging her to make me this Morimoto, this Iron Chef costume.
I mean, he was just in heaven. Iron Chef for Halloween.
The first competition Reilly was ever in was a pie competition at the Santa Cruz County Fair. And he made this beautiful lattice top peach pie.
I remember making the pie and spending 20 minutes, 30 minutes doing each little lattice on the top.
That was his first big competition and his first big win.
Winning the pie contest definitely pushed me to keep competing.
And that's exactly what this little Iron Chef did.
The first time I met Reilly, he was doing the Professional Culinary Institute high school competition. He was kind of a little shy, so he didn't really necessarily stand out at the time, but then his food standed out, and he was able to achieve second place and win, for the most part, a partial scholarship to come to the Professional Culinary Institute.
When I found out that I got this scholarship, I was just overjoyed. It's that validation, those extra hours, extra minutes in the kitchen, they really paid off.
Oh, when I found out Reilly got the scholarship, it was just like, oh my gosh, it was amazing.
I had one of the best experiences of my life at culinary school, and it's something that I would never trade.
When he was in school, he was exactly kind of the attitude that you see in him. It's this fun-loving guy, this kind of free spirit. At first, I wasn't sure how serious he would be, but then every time you'd kind of knock him down a little something, he would come right back at you.
Chef Randy has made me understand how to treat food, and I think that's one of the most important things that a chef can learn. He has such respect for his ingredients, and I think that really shows in the outcome, the product.
We want to make this smaller in size, but we're going to really look for some real crispiness.
From culinary school, Reilly went on to Istanbul, Turkey for the Best Young International Chef competition.
I prepared 3 courses, an appetizer, an entree, and dessert. And all throughout my preparation, there are 3 kitchen judges who are watching you. And after you are finished plating up, your food goes out to the 9 tasting judges. Once my last course went out, the dessert course, I was so relieved. The anticipation before the awards were given out was something I'd never experienced before. I was shaking, I was nervous, I was excited. I mean, even to be just given this opportunity to be there was something incredible, let alone to win it.
Winning the title in Istanbul was a huge deal for, I believe, for Reilly, for a lot of reasons. He was the first American. He was the youngest young cook to ever do this.
I think one of the most misunderstood things about cooking competition is how much skill is really involved in it. Judges love to see different knife cuts, different cooking methods, different techniques and skills that go into a dish that a normal diner might not understand how much time or effort really went into making that component for your plate.
Next stop for Reilly, the 2012 Culinary Olympics in Germany.
For the team that we're taking to Germany, there are 5 members, and I specifically play the role of the pastry chef on the team. To prepare for Germany right now, I basically work on my display, which is a display of desserts.
The day of training would pretty much be, we usually start with a meeting in the morning, talking about what we hope to accomplish for the day. They bring their original ideas based on their last critique from our last practice session, and they go back in the kitchen and remake it. It's very grueling on the individual.
When I get to Germany, I'm hoping to see the best food I've ever seen in my entire life, and I just can't wait to be among other chefs who are as dedicated to their profession as I am.
My wish for Reilly for the Olympics, well, I wish that he would win.